Hi, and welcome to Live with Connie. Hi, Michelle, and hi, Deanna. How are y'all doing today? Let me know if y'all can hear and see me okay. I just want to make sure everything's working good on my end. And what projects y'all currently working on? Happy Saturday, Deanna. Which today has kind of been a gloomy day here. Yesterday it rained off and on. I'm waiting for some more people to show up before I really get started. Hey Bernie, how are you doing today? You miss me, Bernie? I know what you're gonna say too. So how's life in Pennsylvania? And Michelle is working on a corner to corner scarf. Ooh, nice. I love the corner to corner stitch. Let's see. And Deanna says it's gray here today, a little windy, expecting rain. Sounds about like our weather. And Michelle is using Ferris wheel yarn. Ooh, nice. Is there a color scheme for that or? Bernie says that she misses me and that she's loving Pennsylvania. I'm shocked you didn't give me your typical reply when I asked you if you missed me. And Michelle says, in the color Sunny Day. Ooh, I bet you that's beautiful. And Deanna says that she got her yarn for the Easter beanie, red, black, and gray. Well, and I can't wait to see that color combination because I'm curious, like those that bought my pattern or like the two that just won the pattern in my giveaway. I'm curious how their hats are gonna look. And Bernie says nothing is on her hooks. Ooh, I'm gonna have to talk you into putting something on those hooks. And Deanna says she's not seeing anyone else's post. I'm seeing posts. You might want to look on like that your settings towards the top of where the chat usually is. You might have to press something there. And Bernadette says it's a beautiful, balmy 64 degrees right now. Ooh, sweet. And Michelle recently finished the Aveline throw. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Ooh, if I would love to see a picture of it. If you'd like, send me an email with a picture of your throw, Michelle. And I have my email address scrolling. It's just another stitch, 2020 at gmail.com. And okay, so now you see everything good? Okay, good, good, good. And Michelle says she still has to finish working in ends. Well, after you finish working in the ends, I'd love to see a picture. And I'm going to give it a little more time because I want to have more people show up before I start getting into the questions. But the last 2 days, I have been oh so drowsy, which is why my Knitting Friday video isn't uploaded yet. Which after I finish with the live, I'm gonna put it to uploading. I have everything filmed and edited, and so it'll probably take about three and a half hours for it to upload. But that's what's going on with that. Um, when I did my last live Wednesday night, I kept feeling like I had like a hair or something in my eye. And like the corner of my eye was turning red and like tearing up real bad. So the allergy medicine that I took knocked me out the last 2 days. And whenever I would get up, it's like I couldn't stay up long. I would try to wake up and then I'd be like, oh, I'm going to lay back down, and I'd fall back to sleep. But yeah, I'm gonna have that video I'm gonna put to upload. After that uploads, I'm gonna be uploading the video for the 10 questions to do with hooks that I was tagged in. So expect those two videos later today. And oh, and if y'all haven't entered my Clue Style 500 subscriber giveaway, tomorrow's the last day to get your guesses in. And then we'll get to see if someone guessed correctly or if the giveaway will continue on. So, yeah, get y'all guesses in if y'all haven't guessed already. And what else did I want to mention? Oh, yeah, starting this week coming, I will be going live on Mondays at 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. So I'll now have 3 spots in my live schedule. And let's see. Michelle says the Avaline throw is a free pattern on Premier's website. Oh, I'm going to have to look that up. And Michelle says, where do we submit our guesses? It's on the video for the 500 subscriber giveaway. I'll have Clue Style 500 subscriber giveaway in the title. And that's the video that you would submit your guesses on. And like say no one guessed the correct answer, well, I'll be making a new video. And then on that video, I'll allow everyone to guess again on it. Or like if you didn't guess on the first video and you find out about my giveaway, then you would be allowed to guess on that video, even if you didn't on the first one. But that's how that would work. But like I said, you never know. Someone could have the right answer. Y'all gonna have to wait and see. And Deanna says, I'm going to start the hat as soon as I finish the Blessed Pillow by Two Little Birds patterns. I can't start the hat or I won't finish in time. Ooh, I'd like to see your pillow too when you're done. Hey, Melanie, how you doing today? Long time no chat, huh? What, about an hour? You had to record a couple of videos, but wanted to drop in and say hi. Aw, thanks for popping in. And okay, I guess I'm gonna start asking my questions. I don't seem to have as many today as normal, but we've been 8 minutes in, so I'm gonna go ahead and start on that. And if y'all have any questions y'all want to ask me, y'all can ask me at any time. Okay, my first question for y'all is, let's see. Have you ever locked your core keys in your core? And I have done so twice. The first time, it was my first day at college. And I had gone to the mall because I needed to pick up a book needed for my English class. And I wanted to get the, I can't think what you call it, like the little guy that helps you when you're reading the books, the Cliff Notes, that's what you call it. So, well, I didn't bring my purse, and I had like all my stuff in my book sack. So it kind of got me off my normal track. So I accidentally left the keys in the car, had to call Papa Lock. Then the second time I did it, I was on my way to work, and I worked at a Mexican restaurant in the mall. And well, I was waiting to turn in where like this car was waiting for a parking spot in front of me, but I didn't realize they were waiting for the parking spot. If I would have known, I would have just gone down another aisle. So I was getting frustrated because, my tail end's sticking out, and, I didn't want someone to hit me or something. And then by the time that I finally got to park, I was just so frustrated that I left my car running. So again, I had to call Papa Lock, but that's my experiences with locking the keys in my car. And I was always the type that I lock my car door. So, okay. And Deanna, oh, hold up. Melanie says, he, I am great and always. Aw. And Deanna says, where is Crystal? I'm not sure where she is. I heard from her earlier on Facebook, but she didn't mention anything about not being here today. She may show up later, but yeah, I miss her. And hi, Trisha, how are you doing today? What's new going on in your world? And Bernadette says, yes, but only twice. I felt so stupid. Yeah, you do. You just like, you feel like everyone's judging you when you lock your keys in your car. But more than likely, it's happened to pretty much everybody. That's the funny thing. Trisha says, and yes, I have locked my car keys in the car with my car running, and I did not have a spare. Thank goodness a friend of mine was a locksmith. Oh, and that reminds me, there was a third time I did it, where I was going to the gym, and I had a bunch of stuff that, because I was going to shower at the gym and get dressed, fix my hair and fix my makeup after aerobics class. So I had a lot I was carrying in. Well, I accidentally, again, locked my keys in the car. But luckily, I didn't have to call Papa Lock that time, because my brother-in-law had a spare set of keys because he previously owned the vehicle. So luckily, he was able to come and unlock my vehicle for me. And let's see. Deanna said, I called a friend to stop at my husband's work for spare key. She was kind enough to do so. And Trisha is packing while she watches. So where are you going, Trisha? Hi, Deneen. How are you today? What's new going on with you? And I'm going to ask y'all the next question. Let's see. What is something new you want to learn in crochet or knitting? Well, with crochet, I want to learn how to do a Tunisian crochet. I've really been getting intrigued by it. So that's something that I need to invest in getting a set of hooks for that. So it probably won't be until next year I would attempt to learn. Let's see. Now with knitting, I really want to do socks with cables, which I do know how to do cables. So I don't know if you'd really call it really a new thing to learn, but that is something that I do want to do. And eventually I would like to knit a sweater or a cardigan, but before I knit clothing, I really want to lose weight before I knit something like that. But that's items that I would like to learn. Oh, and next year I want to learn how to do a graftan. That's going to be my goal for next year, to make my first graftan. And let's see. Hi, Team C. How are you doing today? What's new going on with you? And she says that when she had When I had a 3-year-old and an 8-week baby, we went to see Bambi, got 3-year-old out, locked baby in core, no spare, core off August. Before sales cops came, never did again. Oh, and high hope, and and high hope, I guess all is well. Yeah, and a long time ago, the cops used to come out, but I think what it is that if they damage a core, they become liable, and so they don't like to get involved anymore. And Trisha says her lease is up June 15th, and she doesn't know where she's moving it. Ah, well, hopefully you find someplace nice that you enjoy. Trisha says there is so much she wants to learn. I would like to do more color work like you did with the plaid Easter hat. Uh, and I'm fixing, like I'm going to be talking about this in my Knitting Friday video, but it's not quite finished the testing phase yet, and I need to make edits to my pattern. But hopefully next week or by the very latest the following week, I should have the pattern up on Ravelry. And then after that, I still want to try to do that one with the peeps for Easter. So that'll be the next pattern I'll work on designing. And Bernie says with her arthritis, she's backed off crochet, but she eventually wants to learn to knit. That I make it look easy. Oh, thanks. And really, like, I don't find knitting is that hard to learn, but everyone's different because some people say they had an easier time learning to crochet. But I find knitting's more straightforward. It's not confusing as what's a row and how to turn. But the downfall to knitting is slip stitches and tearing out mistakes, which it's a lot harder to tear out your mistakes in knitting. And Deneen says she's listening and working on her taxes. And Deanna says, Raftan, the blessed pillow is different for me as well. Working with 2 strands, carrying 1 strand on top, and changing color for the word blessed. Glad I learned to do that in your tutorials. Oh, and it makes me so happy whenever I hear people say that my tutorials have helped them learn something. Because, like, starting off, I was really, like, intimidated to do tutorials because I didn't think that I would be a good enough teacher. But I've gotten a lot of really nice compliments on my tutorials, so I'm so glad that I'm able to help y'all learn. And I do have more tutorials that I plan to do, which I'll be talking about that some to do with the knitting tutorials in my knitting video that's going to be uploaded today. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next question. And y'all can still answer previous questions at any time. Who do you think is the best movie villain? I would have to go with Freddy Krueger. 1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. Okay, but yeah, I love me some Freddy. And I really liked how when they did it where Freddy versus Jason, even though I was never really into the Friday the 13th movies, but I don't know, I just thought that was a neat idea and concept that they did. Trying to think of any other villains. I'm sure there's several out there, but that's the only one that's coming to mind. And let's see. And Teensy says, yes, I can't text. They got baby out. He's grown now. I can knit and crochet, working on pattern for Afghan, small one for grandbaby. Oh, I bet you that's going to be a really nice Afghan. And Bernadette says, Jason. Freddy versus Jason. And Deanna wants to know what the question was. Who do you think is the best movie villain? And Trisha says Hannibal Lecter. Lecter. Yeah, he's a scary one. Or I know of one. Oh, I'm trying to think of the name of it. Norman Bates. Norman Bates. Like those movies. He was a good villain. Bernie says laughing out loud. Let's see. Today seems to be a slow day. Usually Saturdays I have more people watching in the live, but I also know I think Julie is also going live at this time too. So there may be a lot of people over there. Or people may just be busy with their Saturday plans. But yeah, Norman Bates is one. Can't really think of anyone else. But I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next question. Which canceled show would you like to be brought back? And this can kind of go along the lines of like any shows you would like to see like a reboot of too. There's a level where I would like to see Eeyore come back, but the thing is that like I would prefer more the Eeyore that originally started, because at the end you didn't really have any of the same characters left, and it just kind of went more in a different direction. But like if you could get more of the original cast members back, I would like to see that show come back or a reboot. Now one show I remember whenever I was a kid, and I don't know, y'all probably don't remember the show and never heard of it. I think it was only on for one season, but for some reason, I always liked this show. And I think it was because it had to do with twins. And it was called Double Trouble. And it actually starred, Katie Segal from Married with Children? Well, she has twin sisters in real life. And it starred her twin sisters. And like they would do stuff where they would switch places, and I don't know, I just always thought it was cute. And then there's Switched at Birth, which is another one that I would like to see come back. I always liked that show. Now this is one they did do a reboot of. They actually did it twice. But like I would like Beverly Hills 90210. They did the initial reboot where it was more about a new generation. And then they tried to do yet another reboot with the initial cast. And I was really disappointed in how they did it, because I was hoping they would continue on with the characters, but instead they made it more loosely based off the actors' real lives. And I don't know, I would like to see them continue it with where the characters would be now, like the actual characters from the show. Let's see. Deanna says Hannibal Lecter is a good one, but I love the Bates Motel movie. Norman Bates. Yeah. And I remember whenever I went to, I think it was Universal Studios, they had like the Bates Hotel there. And I had a picture of it. I don't know what I ever did with those pictures, but I did have a picture at one time. And Teensy said rain stopped, so maybe out in yours, at least here in Louisiana, it's so. And Teensy says Annie Wilkes, Misery. Oh yeah, Misery was a good movie. And even Deanna agrees that's a good one. But yeah, because usually I have about 10 people when I go live, and right now it's showing 5. So I don't know where everyone is. And then sometimes people pop up later in the live too. Hi, Wanda. How are you doing today? What's new going on with you? But yeah, I'm going to move through the questions more quickly since there's not as many people here today. But like I said, you can go back and list, answer the older questions at any time. Oh, hi, Handmaid. How are you doing today? It's HD that you like to be called, correct? And what's new going on in your world? And Teensy said the Patty Duke show, 1960s twins had a catchy song. And that's something, I don't know. I've always been fascinated by twins. It I don't know, it's just interesting, and especially identical twins. And HD says she's doing good. And Teensy says she's not fond of remakes, never as good as original. And there is a level that is true, but sometimes it is nice to see like your favorite TV shows pick up years later. Like I would like to see, these are some other reboots I would like to see, like Who's the Boss, Family Ties, um Growing Pains. I'd like to see those in a reboot. But my next question for y'all: what superpower would you want and why? I would love to fly because I just think it would be fun. And that's really my only excuse for it. I think it would be something fun to do. And I remember too, though, like as a little girl, I loved watching Wonder Woman, the one with Linda Carter. Now I never got into like the new stuff with Wonder Woman, but like I said, back in the day, and I like to spin around thinking I was going to turn into Wonder Woman. And one time, like my mom tried to kind of make me a Wonder Woman outfit, but it really wasn't that great. Where I think she used like poster board to make a belt and like the little hand things. But yeah, I always wanted to be Wonder Woman. And let's see, HD and Bernie says they both would want to fly. Hey Dana, how are you doing today? What's new going on in your world? And Trisha says she would like to fly as well, would not have to drive places. And like another thing too, another power that I'd probably like would be to be invisible, so I could be a little jokester. I'd be doing all sorts of stuff, moving things around on people, turning lights on and off. Deanna says, used to be fly, but I kind of want to read minds. Now that would be a good one. But sometimes, do you really truly want to know what's on someone's mind? Like, especially if it's something negative or bad. Like that, I don't know. Sometimes I wouldn't really want to know. And Bernadette gives us thumbs up. Oh, and also, please give this video a thumbs up. I forgot to tell y'all that. My moderator isn't here today. But let's see. I see teens. Okay, hold up. Deanna says probably not, but in a weird way, yes. And then Teensy said speed and mind reading. Oh yeah, imagine if you can get tasks done like really, really fast. That would be sweet. But let's see. My next question: what is your favorite crochet stitch or knitting stitch? Well, with crochet, I haven't done a whole lot of different stitches, but currently I would go with the waistcoat stitch. And then I also like the corner to corner stitch. But I still have a lot to learn with crochet with different stitches. Then with knitting, I love cables. I love cables. Um, and I'm sure there's stitches I haven't done yet with knitting. But with knitting, it's basically, combinations with knits and purls. And let's see. HD says mass. I'm not following what you mean by mass. And Bernie wants to know where your moderator is hiding. I don't know where Crystal is. I heard from her earlier today. But she must have gotten busy with something. But it's all good. And then HD says seed. That's what knitting you're referring to. I know they have a seed stitch in knitting, which that one has a neat look to it. And Deanna loves doing cables. Yeah, cables are so beautiful. Bernie says ripple stitch and basket weave. And Wanda would like to instantly transport herself from one place to another. But yeah, that would be a good superpower. And Deanna wants to do that too. And Teensy says, show y'all grew up watching or what my kids watch. Remake of Hazel, Donna Reed, shows of 1969. Trisha says, I know it's basic, but I like the double crochet stitch and I like lace stitches. But sometimes the simple stitches can be beautiful, It's simple. And sometimes simple just looks nice and clean and elegant. And Wanda says, and crochet the crab stitch, which I've never heard of that, but I'm going to have to check that stitch out. Like I said, there's a lot of stitches I haven't done yet. Let's see. So is everyone having a good weekend this weekend? Y'all have any plans? Not much is going on here. It's pretty much the same thing, just another day. Trisha says she doesn't like the treble crochet. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it, but like I haven't had to do it that much. And I don't know, maybe more experienced crocheters have done done projects where they ask for it more, but so far I haven't. And Deanna says she really dislikes single crochet. It has to be done, but don't like to. My pillow is single crochet. I really like the single crochet. To me, that's like when I want to do something real quick, like especially whenever I do tutorials, and I like kind of having something to grab onto. So I'll kind of like work something up in single crochet real quick, and then that way it's easier for me to do my tutorial. And let's see. Wanda says the same as reverse single crochet. Okay. Which I don't think I've done. I don't think I've done a reverse single crochet. And Bernie says they're running errands for Dad. Bernie, you're always running errands. Nothing changes there. And my next question for y'all, have you ever ran out of gas in your car? And yes, I have. And I've also had a couple of really, really close calls where the time I ran out of gas was I thought I had enough gas in my car. And yeah, at least to get to work and then get gas later. So, and luckily I left for work early too. So all of a sudden, my car just starts, shuts down. And I legitimately thought I broke down. And I mean, my car broke down a lot. So that's really what I thought. So, like, when I called for help, luckily someone thought about, adding gas to my car just in case. Sure enough, it started right up. I felt so embarrassed. But I've also, had a couple of times where one time I was right in front of the gas station and stalled out, but luckily was able to restart and turn in and just got there. And another time I'm pulling up at the pump and it goes to stop right as I reach the pump. But that's my experiences. Teensy says no favorite when it comes to stitches. And Bernie says laughing out loud, yep. And yes, I've run out of gas, not for wimps. And usually, it happens to a lot of people. It's embarrassing, but, usually most people can tell you that it's happened to them. Teensy said yard work and clean the grandbaby's turtle tank. Ooh, turtles. She gave him to me a year ago. Not a fan, but what can I say? Love my grandbaby. Aww. I like the really huge turtles. And Deanna says, nope, it's always been a fear for me, so I never let it close to empty. But I've had a flat tire. Oh yeah, flats are no fun. One time I had a tire it kind of completely came unraveled on me. And I kept hearing this noise. And I kept stopping, lifted the hood, couldn't find anything wrong. And, so I continue on to work. And then all of a sudden I noticed how, the tire was just unraveling. So, and then one time I ran over a beer bottle in the mall parking lot that, that tire went flat like that. Let's see. Hi, Sandrine. How are you doing today? What's new going on with you? Teensy said, no, at half full, I fill up. Comes from my dad always running out of gas on trip cross country 100 years ago. Really, that is smart to always fill up early. Let's see. Looks like I'm all caught up. But for those that are new, that are just now coming into the chat, I want to let y'all know that my Knitting Friday video, I will be uploading it to YouTube after I finish this live. I'm sorry I'm late. I was struggling with eye allergies the last few days, and the medicine I took made me really drowsy. So, that's why it's late. And I got it filmed and edited, and I also have the questions to do with the hooks that I was tagged in. That video I'll be uploading after that one. So that will be coming. And then tomorrow is the last day to get your entries in on my Clue Style 500 giveaway. So make sure y'all get y'all entries in if you haven't already. Then I'm also starting this coming week. I will be going live on Mondays at 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. So, I'll be 3 times a week going live. So, I hope y'all can make it. Let's see. Sandrine says nothing much Nothing much. Got my nephews. Aw. And then Deanna says, your eye looks much better today, not so tired. Yeah, when I was live Wednesday, my eye was, oh, it was bugging me bad. It felt like I had a hair in it. And like, it was like, the corner was like red. And it was like tearing up real bad. So I was just like, oh, gee, I hope nobody really noticed. But like, we got some eye drops with antihistamine. And, but it's, it's doing a lot better now. I'm not used to it being this quiet in the chat. So I guess I'll move on to my next question. What theme parks have you been to? Where I've been to all the Disney parks in Orlando. My favorite was Epcot. Now the one with like all the sound stages and all, I didn't really care for that park. But yeah, I loved Epcot. Then I went to Universal Studios. And I love Universal Studios. And I like the rides a lot better there because they weren't scary rides. I remember they had the E.T. ride, Bigfoot. They had like the Flintstones set up there. It wasn't a ride, but yeah, I love the rides there. Oh, and then SeaWorld. I love me some SeaWorld. The sea lions. And y'all know I love animals, but like the sea lions are so cute, and like the shows they put on, and it was just an awesome experience. And then I've been to a local park in Baton Rouge. Oh wait, Blue Bayou, which is a water park, and then it's like Blue Bayou slash Dixie Landing, where they have like the roller coasters and stuff like that on that side. But I don't do good with scary rides. And let's see. Sandrine says Six Flags over Georgia. And I, I could have gone to Six Flags for free whenever I was stationed in Great Lakes, Illinois. Because they had one and they were letting the military get in free one day. And I don't know why I didn't take advantage of it. It's one of those things that I regret. Now when I went to Disney, I got into Disney for free. But that was we had like a family friend that like had a relative that worked at Disney, so he was able to get me in for free. Now one thing I forgot to tell y'all, when I went to Disney, I got to see the Aladdin Parade, and I love that parade. Let's see. Bernie says not a single theme park ever. Aww. And Deanna says my allergies are in my eyes. It's so aggravating. Yes, it is, and it hurts your eyes. It feels like you have a hair in your eye. And Deanna says Boardwalk, SeaWorld, Six Flags, Universal Studios, all when younger, haven't been in many years. And me either, because it's been probably over 20 years. Oh yeah, it has been over 20 years since I went. And Bernie says, by the way, thank you for your service. Oh, thank you, Bernie. Yeah, a lot of times people are shocked that I was in the military because I tend to be, the quiet type. And Trisha says, I have been to all the Disney parks in Orlando and Universal, but my favorite amusement park was Nobel's in Pennsylvania. It is an old-fashioned amusement park. And she grew up going to Coney Island, Brooklyn, New York. Well, I've always been curious about Coney Island. And one thing did y'all know that Disney used to have a water park? And like Disney has like porks that are like they're still kind of there, but they're shut off. And I don't know, some of the stuff to do with Disney, if you dig in, it's really interesting and fascinating. Let's see. Everything is caught up. So I guess I'm going to move on to the next question. What is your favorite comfort food? I would probably go with chicken noodle soup. And gumbo's another one. But with chicken noodle soup, one thing I like to do, like for Thanksgiving and Christmas when I cook my turkey, like I'll stuff my turkey with lemons and either satsumas or oranges, depending on if I have satsumas. And satsumas are very similar to an orange, kind of a cross between an orange and a tangerine. And then apples. So I stuff my turkey with that. And I take the stock from that to make the soup, and I use my leftover turkey. And talk about good. And let's see, and like I said, gumbo. And in Louisiana, we like to make gumbo for any reason. That's like our go-to. Um, Roast is another good comfort food. Chicken pot, chicken pot pie. And let's see. Trisha says that she went to the water park in Disney years ago. What was that like? Because I mean, to me, I would think like Disney would have the best water park. And Trisha says mashed potatoes. Bernie says macaroni and cheese. And Deanna says never had gumbo. Oh, you don't know what you're missing. But seafood gumbo is the best. Do y'all hear Frank snoring in the background? Whenever I do my lives, he tends to use it as nap time. So every now and then he lets out a snore. So I don't know if y'all can hear it or not. Let's see. Deanna says she really can't think of just one comfort. I love all food. Yeah. Now, one thing that I really love that I'm not supposed to have is Chinese food. Now I'll make certain like stir fries and stuff and make it low sodium, but the real Chinese food is really so much better. And Trisha says it was a great water park. We are talking about the late 80s. And that reminds me, like at Blue Bayou, they had this ride called Splinter. And like you kind of like up in this little boat and it goes real high, and all of a sudden it goes down. And it's like a really sharp decline. And for some reason I love that ride. That it's like I hit the bottom like wee. But I do wonder if that's part of how my tailbone started getting injured. So my next question for y'all: what is your favorite animal? And I'm pretty sure y'all know what my favorite animal is. It's cats. Now I do like dogs, but I prefer cats. Um, and really, there's not many animals I don't like. But yeah, I love me some cats. Bernie says her favorite animal is her husband. That's too funny. Poor Terry. Now, does he know that you're saying this, Bernie? But I know you love my fur babies. I know you love some Allie and Sophie. And Allie has a new thing now. She's been falling asleep with her head in the food dish. I don't. Oh, that baby likes to sleep. Yeah. And Bernie says, "Yep, of course." But yeah, it's like my cats. They're not very active anymore. It's like I miss whenever they were younger and they would play and get into stuff. Now they just like to be lazy. Bernie says sleep is uh cathartic. Yeah. Yeah, they love their sleep time. But they're both being quiet right now, so that's good. Deanna says cats, but husband doesn't care for them and got me a little dog. I had to learn to love her, but now I wouldn't be without her. But my next pet will be a cat. Yeah. Now cats can do some crazy thing, but dogs are more loyal. Dogs come to you a lot easier than a cat will. But I don't know, like whenever me and Frank had a dog, I I don't know, we struggled with it. Like I I never could train the dog to go outside the potty. So then it became more of an outdoor dog, and we didn't have a fenced in yard, and so it got to the point where we ended up giving the dog away because he wasn't a good fit for us. But he was such a cute dog too. When we first got him, he looked like a little black pig. He was so precious. And Bernadette says Terry is allergic. Yeah, poor Terry. Let's see. So, my next question: what's the most spontaneous thing you have ever done? Me, it would probably be joining the Navy because it wasn't something that usually, people would have expected me to do. And whenever I told people I was joining, they're like, "You're joining the Navy?" It's like, "Yeah." But like I said in a previous video, there really isn't a certain type of person for the military. It's all different types of people. Bernie says skinny dipping in high school, only did it once. Oh, naughty girl. Yeah, I'm really not a spontaneous person. Trisha says she bought a timeshare, but I got a really good deal on it. Ooh, sweet. It would be nice to have like a vacation home. I've been watching too much TV, I guess. Deanna says a friend has a big brown bell tied to a string and it hangs on the door every time she took Puppy outside. She rang the bell. Very soon the pup learned that to go outside, he needed to ring the bell. That's how I train my dog as well. It really works. But you know one thing, I could literally take the dog outside. Dog gets back in and potties. And I'm like, I don't know. I just never had the knack to train a dog. But oh, did any of y'all watch that? It's a new series on Freeform. It's called Cruel Summer. And I just started watching it and I'm digging it. I'm all curious how everything's gonna play out. Bertie says, laughing out loud, I had a pup that did that. And Teensy says, our fur babies bark at the door to go out. Yeah, like some people, it seems like it's nothing to train a dog. I don't know. I don't have the knack. And let's see. Have you ever won a contest before? Where, that's my next question. Have you ever won a contest? Well, as a kid, I used to always love entering radio contests. And I won quite a few times, where you had to be like the seventh caller, that type of thing. And I used to win free video rentals, pizza, cassette tapes, old school cassette tapes. And then, well, y'all know I've won a good amount of giveaways on YouTube, which I haven't been entering any lately. I need to get back into entering. Hold up a second. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. And then there was one time I did win $1,000 playing bingo. Bernie says I'm old, so yes. Teensy says no. Hold up a minute. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, hopefully the cough is out of my system. And then Deanna says, did you stay out till it went? If Puppy goes inside, you tell it no, no, and immediately take it out. That's what we did. Well, usually, like, I would let it go out, and I'd be outside for quite a while, and it wouldn't do anything. So then I'm like, finally would bring it back in, and then it would decide to go. And Gail says, good afternoon, everyone. Hi, Gail. How are you doing today? What's new going on with you? And we're actually fixing to wrap up. I'm going to ask one more question, and then I'll be wrapping everything up. So my next question is, what was your worst haircut? So back in the 8th grade, I got my hair cut up to about here. But I also got a perm in my hair, and I didn't think about my hair shrinking. So my hair was like up to here, all like the perm curly look, and it looked horrible. I was so glad when it finally grew out. Teensy says puppy training like potty training, about 2 hours reward if does something, laughing out loud. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I wish I had some water by me. Oh. And that's one thing, because sometimes I get a bad cough. between my allergies and my heart condition. But anyway, let's see. Bernadette says, thankfully never had a bad haircut. My face is scary enough. Oh, Bertie. And Crystal says, hey, Connie and everyone. I am so sorry. I had forgot about the live. I was filming a tutorial and completely forgot. Yeah, everybody was asking about you. I was like, I don't know. She must have gotten busy with something. But we're glad you're here now. And Trisha says, I don't know who cut my hair when I was 5, but I look like Mo from the Three Stooges. That's funny. Let's see. And let's see. Deanna says, when she was 13, she had hair down to my bottom, and my mom let me go by myself to the salon, and she came back with a Dorothy Hamill. And then Teensy says, my hair is short with blue highlights in my cowlicks, bright blue. I'm old. I can do that now. That's funny. And yeah, Deanna saying that Crystal was missed. So since I hit the hour mark, I'm going to go ahead and close this out. And I really enjoyed talking to everybody and getting to know y'all better. And I hope y'all are having a fabulous yarny day and that y'all have a good weekend. Be the light, and bye, everyone.